Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Disney Plus Wave 5 Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure. And here, the video for the Build-A-Figure itself. Steve Rogers, little puny Steve Rogers, the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure, which is also quite puny compared to the first Hydra Stomper figure that we had, which was the Deluxe. It's so damn big, I can't even fit it in frame. Holy hell. There he is. So yeah. Pretty crazy that this thing is going to be super shrunken in size compared to this one. I will do a proper side-by-side comparison a little bit later in the video. But first, we got to build this damn thing, right? And it's just so much smaller. It's kind of crazy. So we'll start with the torso piece. We'll get one of these legs. This one has an L inside, so I know it is the left leg. We'll start there. Let's port that in. That didn't snap in. That doesn't feel like it's in. Oh, you really got to force it in there. So there's the left leg. Let's do this side. Let's force that right leg in there. Okay, we got it. We're going. There we go. So it's not looking all that tall in comparison of what we would think of, you know, based off of the first one. Let's port the shoulder in there like so. That didn't work. Let's try it again. The right shoulder. Port it in. Did I get it? I think I got it. It doesn't snap into place. You just have to force it and just know that, yeah, I guess we did it. Plug that in there. That didn't go in. Plug it in. Nope, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Plug it in. Nope, that didn't work. Damn, how the hell? Okay, so port that in there. Looks like I got it this time around. We got the jetpack. You can see it's just keyed in there. It's just going to port together like so. Easy peasy. Yeah, there we go. So now we have interchangeable hands, we got fists, we got open hands already on the pieces there, and we have two head choices. I'm going to go ahead and go with the actual helmeted one because I think that's going to look better as opposed to the Steve Rogers one. So let's pop the head on there like so, and bam, we have the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure, and this is pretty good. It's not, I kind of like it better than the first one. The other one just had, you know, size going for it, but this one I think overall has a better look for it. But let's go ahead and get in for a closer look. You guys let me know what you think. Hey guys, before we take a closer look at the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure, I got my wave from ToySnowman.com. Link in the video description below for my referral link, which will give you a 5% off coupon code if you're a first-time buyer. Toy Snowman, they're based in Canada, but they ship to the US. They have everything for your action figure needs, whether it's from Hasbro, so Transformers, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, or import figures, DC Multiverse, just any action figure that you want to collect that you could think of, they're going to have it. So visit ToySnowman.com right now. But yes, all the figures here, I got them. Some of them are sold out, so just a heads up on that. But if you're looking for Kingpin, if you're looking for Goliath, if you're looking for Talos, if you're looking for Warrior Gamora, you can get those figures. But some of them are sold out, like Nick Fury, Yelena, and Agatha Harkness. But Kingpin and Goliath, two of the best figures in this wave, those are available. So check out ToySnowman.com. Okay, so here is the up-close look at the Hydra Stomper. So we get a nice silver gunmetal color as opposed to the green from before. And I like it right here in the middle where an arc reactor type deal would be. We get a little bit of red paint in there, red paint there on the shoulders, on the arms a little bit. We get white stars on the shoulders there. A little bit of red paint here around those gauntlet pieces. And then no other paint going on. So it's just all kind of the molded silver plastic, which is nice. The jetpack has some red going on back there. But that is pretty good. Good look at the Hydra Stomper. So let's go ahead and pop the head off. And let's put that Steve Rogers head on there. It is on a dumbbell joint, as you can see. Puny Steve Rogers. I think this head sculpt, it fits, obviously, because it's made to do there. But it ends up looking really weird. Like, it's a tiny head, and I get it, right? It's a big-ass metal suit with a dude inside. But is it realistic? Like, this scrawny dude, somehow his arms are way over here. It's just one of those things, unless his arms stay in, it's just weird how that's supposed to work. It's interesting. It's cool that we have the head sculpt. You know, we didn't get that in the past, and I'll see if this head works on that one. I don't think that's going to work. I think it'll look really funny. But there we have it. So yeah, the Hydra Stomper figure itself, the sculpted detail of it and everything like that is really good. What I really like is you could see like rivets going all around, up and down the figure, some panels and things like that going on. The color is really nice. So nice sculpted detail going on here. It looks like some vents or something. But I really like the color of it more so. It's too bad we didn't get like blast effects to port in here for the jetpack. But yeah, solid looking figure for sure. I really like it. So let's go ahead and take a look at its articulation. Okay, so the Hydra Stomper's articulation. So the head was on a dumbbell joint, as you can see. So he's really not going to be able to look up or down. Unfortunately, you can turn side to side. Some pivot in that head, not really a whole lot, to be honest with you. The arm you can get to go straight on out. The shoulder pad, as we know, is wrapped around the peg, so it will move with the arm just fine. There is a swivel here that I did not realize before, but that's just like this outer piece. The arm itself doesn't actually swivel, so that just swivels, so it doesn't actually do anything. That's weird. Like, it's just kind of there. I don't know what the purpose of that really is. But a swivel at the elbow, it is a single joint, so you're only going to get actually that much bend there at the elbow, so not even 90 degrees, unfortunately. So just straight and a little bit of bend there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge, standard horizontal hinge on the open hands as well as the fists. We have a diaphragm cut on here, so Hydra Stomper can tilt to his left that much, which is, hey, not too bad. He can tilt to his right that much there. Again, not too shabby either. Going back is going to be a little bit, the jetpack doesn't actually get in the way, so it's not actually stopping it. But the hips, you can get those legs to go back. So if you wanted to lean him back, you could. So that's not the diaphragm cut, that's the hip that's doing the work there. Coming forward is actually a little bit there, so not too shabby. You get a swivel at that diaphragm there. The legs are just crazy because, you know, they go back so much, but to the sides you can get the legs to go that far apart. Kicking forward, you can go that far, not a whole lot because this big ass piece will hit that. But the leg goes back really, really far. Upper thigh cut where the leg actually connects. Single jointed knee, which gives us a little less than 90 degree bend there at the knee as well. There is not a swivel at the knee. Foot hinges down all the way. You get a tiny bit of hinge up. Ankle pivot, and you do have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So not crazy articulation, but it's a bulky suit that can only move around so much. And I think for what we have here going on, the design, everything, I think the articulation works out pretty good. One thing that I did is I pulled out the big old blast effects from the previous Hydra Stomper deluxe figure. These do port into that jetpack, so you can have him going into some flights, right? So if you hinge the foot, oh, you look at that! I was able to kind of get that foot over the back of the thing. So if you kind of do that, you can hinge the foot all the way down. So if you want to get him into some flight poses, you can, except you just can't get his head to look straight out. So you would just bend there, and you could do some flights like this. Unfortunately, that's probably not the best or most accurate that you would really want to get it to do, but that's kind of the best. I think that we can kind of make that work. So can't quite look straight out, but you know, you can kind of fudge it by leaning back a little bit, right? So that sort of thing there, but pretty cool. Okay, so what a size difference between the two. Look at that. It's crazy, the size difference. So we know that at the end of the first season of What If, like the tag was Nick Fury, or was it Black Widow? I think it was that universe's Black Widow along with Nick Fury, or was it Nick Fury? I'd have to go back and watch. But it was Captain Carter, and they were saying that, look what we found. And it was teased to be Steve Rogers, like a new Hydra Stomper. So I don't know where or how the new suit comes, but it is much smaller, more practical. Steve Rogers had to like physically use this ladder here to climb up to be able to get into that thing. So it's probably pretty nice that in the modern era he can get a much smaller suit that probably does a whole hell of a lot more. It's much more agile, probably has more weaponry and things like that, and just works all around better. So there we go. And I like the silver, the gunmetal, as opposed to the dark green. The green was cool when you think World War II era. It would make sense. But this new one, again, for a modern era, era, I really liked the way it came out. So you guys let me know down in the comments below, which version of Hydra Stomper do you prefer? The big-ass one or the smaller one? I like the smaller one. Maybe that's just me. Because I kind of famously hated this figure because it's all like wobbly as shit, and the way the feet work and stuff like that just really pissed me off and bothered me. Aside from that, it's a pretty good figure. But when you're spending 60 bucks on something, I don't want it to wobble. I want it to stand. Enough ranting for there. This guy stands. He doesn't wobble. This guy does. I still like this one more. This one's still cool. Don't get me wrong. This one's better. Oh, and the swapping of the head sculpt thing. No, this ain't gonna work. So, nah. You could just kind of like do that, but doesn't really work. Okay, so the side-by-side with Captain Carter, as you can see, where this would be in the main one. No telling, obviously, of course, Captain Carter's got to make an appearance, but what suit will she have? Will she have the stealth version, or will she have this one? I prefer this one, although the stealth one is pretty cool. The Guardians of the Multiverse look, I do like this first suit a lot more, and then live action, this is the suit that we got. I'd love to get a live action version of Captain Carter, you know, but we'll see. You know, I can see us getting another Captain Carter figure for What If Season 2 down the road. Or maybe we just don't need it and we have this one so it could work out. But looking at these two, there we go. So, you know, the animated looks for Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter came out looking pretty good. The animated stuff, you know, it has a very distinct look. It's very smooth, things like that. We don't get the realistic, you know, little wrinkles and paint differences in their faces and things like that. But it works out. These ones are actually two really good head sculpts that we've gotten for the animated stuff. You know, the other ones, you know, they each have kind of a different take on it. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of unmasked ones anyway. We do have a Peter Parker. We have the Scott Lang, which is just the head. So anyway, yeah. They look pretty good. So the Hydra Stomper and Captain Carter. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the whole wave of this Disney Plus Wave 5. Okay, so here we have the entire wave together. If I were to do a ranking, you guys are going to hate me for this. I'm going Goliath #1. I don't know why. I love this damn thing. I think the colors just work. That bright-ass metallic blue on the white. I just love it. This is my #1. I did not think I would. I thought I would actually hate this one the most because it's from an episode of What If in Season 2 that we don't have. Who knows when Season 2 is going to come out. We don't know the context of it or anything. All we know is that it is Goliath. It is Bill Foster. That's literally all we know. And yet, it is my favorite figure in the wave. Wild to think. And it's in stock right now at toysnowman.com. That's where I got the whole wave from, by the way. toysnowman.com is where I picked up the wave. So some of them are in stock. Not all of them are. Goliath definitely is. So Goliath is going to be my #1. #2 is going to be Kingpin. #3, I'm going to go with Talos. #4, Warrior Gamora. #5, we'll go Yelena as my #5. Whoops. Gamora has a hard time standing sometimes, by the way, and it pisses me off. Gamora. #5, Yelena. #6, Agatha. #7, all the way in the back, hidden back here, is going to be the Nick Fury figure because he's just kind of a dud in that big-ass jacket. The head sculpt is fantastic. Overall figure is not great. Hydra Stomper, if I were to include him in the wave, he'd probably go in at #2 or #3. I just love the fact that we have a Vincent D'Onofrio figure more so than how the figure is. Just the fact that we have the MCU Kingpin in action figure form, so that the bias of that really kind of shoots up a little bit more. But it's a solid wave. The more and more that I have it here and looking at it, the live action stuff, the Goliath figure, for whatever reason, just makes the wave so much better. Because I'm telling you guys, it's just a fun, cool looking figure. I think a lot of people are going to sleep on it, not going to give a shit about it, and it's going to be one of the best ones out of the wave for a lot of people. It's just an awesome figure. It's a lot of fun. I hope you guys like it. I hope you pick up the Goliath figure and like it. I hope you really get the Kingpin figure because he's a must, and he's case packed too. He should be pretty easy to get. Target's going to do the solid case thing, I'm sure, and everyone's going to say, oh, it's a peg warmer when they all get one case of everything. But, you know, that's kind of the way it is now. I don't know what's up with that. But you guys let me know down in the comments below. How would you rank this wave? What do you think of the wave? What's your favorite figure? What's your least favorite figure? Let me know all of that in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that join button to become a channel member and be a part of the MCU Collective. Show support for the channel. I truly appreciate it. You guys, thank you so much. And then again, as always, thank you for watching.